But yeah, we're gonna do a special type of tier list. We're not really ranking anybody. We just putting it in the tier list format because that's kind of one of the easiest ways to do it. I think it's pretty much known now that Akame got killed is known for killing everybody. So what we're gonna do is, if they ever made a reboot, who should stay alive? If you guys haven't watched Akame got killed already, please, I suggest you get off this video now because this is gonna contain a whole lot of spoilers. We're gonna keep it exclusive to Night Raid though, because those are really the main characters. To get this started and just to get it over with, Akame is one of the only ones that stay alive. Yeah, she deserves to stay alive. I don't really see any point of actually killing her off. There's nothing really that big that really like makes her killable, to be honest. I think the only thing that would make sense if they do actually kill her off, if they do make a reboot, that is if they freaking, seppuku, it wouldn't make sense just to kill off like that though. It wouldn't make sense. If you guys didn't know though, anime and manga have different endings. The last 4 episodes, there are 2 more characters that actually stayed alive. That was Tatsumi and Mine. So they end up getting married and stuff. As y'all know in the anime, if you watched it, they end up getting killed. In the manga though, Tatsumi and Mine actually end up getting married, and Tatsumi turned into a dragon or whatever. And even though it sounds cool, it's kind of lame. That's just me. That's my opinion. It is a better ending though than just 2 of the characters staying alive. But yeah, in the manga, these 2 stay alive and they deserve to stay alive. I don't really know about. I don't really know why they were killed off in the anime. I think it was kind of, especially Tatsumi. Damn, this anime has paper thin plot armor. Now we got the easy stuff out the way. We're gonna do Can Die for plot first. I think these don't really need that much explaining to do, and I might even hurt myself actually, because I don't want them to, but I think it made sense at the time. Let me actually add a tier actually. Here we go. The 2 that I'm talking about, 1 and 2. See, Shell is one of my favorite characters in Akame got killed, right below one that we're going to talk about later. And Bulat is one of the coolest members in Night Raid. The main reason why I think it was okay for them to die, maybe not at that time, but maybe like later in the show, Shell's death gives Mine a reason to go after the Imperial Castle even more. And Bulat gives Tatsumi the Imperial arms that he needed. Moro told me that he thinks that Bulat should have stayed alive. He should have just took his Imperial arms out, and he could have just been bedridden or something like that, or in a wheelchair bound. But that's just too much, in my opinion. That's just kind of basic. You get what I mean? It's not that as impactful. His death was worth it. It wasn't in vain, because Tatsumi became stronger later on, even though he died in the anime. Which I think is another reason why Tatsumi shouldn't have died. Next up, maybe, I don't know. See, this one, these next 2 are hard. But I think Susanoo, even though, yeah, I think Susanoo would have made sense to die for him as well. He was more of an Imperial arms than anything. And I think to show off his abilities, I think he would have had to be sacrificed in both the anime and the manga. Because he was more of a weapon than an actual human. And you guys get what I mean, right? I don't really know if he really had a purpose to actually stay alive later. Next up, here are the last four. Dang, this is a quick one. Next up is Lubbock. See, I think Lubbock personally should have stayed alive. Let me add her up here too. And yeah, I think it would have made more sense if their roles switched. Not like captain and member, but I think in the marital status, I think that's what it's called, right? But I think her death shouldn't be as cruel, obviously. I just think that Nagenda, you know how Susanoo, if Susanoo uses his ability, Nagenda's lifespan is shortened. I think that was the way to go about it. And I think Lubbock should have been like the ruler. Even though he seems like perverted and all that stuff, I think it would have been cool to pass on Nagenda's purpose of everything. Because, you know, Lubbock had that little crush on Nagenda. And the last two, see, I think Leone should have stayed alive. It could be a biased move because Leone is my favorite character in Akame ga Kill. But I think the way she died in the anime was dumb. I think it would have made sense for her to stay bedridden. I don't know why she has died. I don't think it made any sense for her to die. But that's just me. In the manga, I know that it wasn't as dumb, her death. I know that the Prime Minister actually put up a fight in the end. I don't know if Leone should have actually died there. I think it would have made more sense for her to be bedridden. But her death didn't really change anything. That's the main reason. Her death didn't change anything because it was at the end of the show. But the last one was really hard for me. Chelsea? See, Chelsea, I originally had her here because it gave Tatsumi a good reason to go at Esdeath later on. But at the same time, she was the last one in her group. But at the same time, her death was like, it shows her selfish nature, in a sense, you know? When she went at Kurame, and because of her selfishness, she took the hammer. So I guess that was one of the reasons why I put her here. That was what I was thinking at the time. But at the same time, I feel kind of sympathetic because she was the last one in her group. And she went on to this. Actually, you know what? Now that I'm saying all of this, maybe she did have to take the hammer. Because she was kind of conceited. Yeah. Now that I'm thinking about it, yeah, I think it made sense. And maybe behind Bulat and Shells, maybe her death was the one that actually made sense the most. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this tier list. Hopefully you guys like that one. It's something different, an anime that is not really on the radar anymore, but you know, maybe if the author sees this, maybe he can reboot the anime and maybe actually make this stuff happen. Also, when the heck is Akame ga Kill 0 gonna have an anime? Yeah, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. And I'll see you guys on the flip side. Make sure to like and subscribe. Deuces. Yeah, exactly, Hockey. It should have been like what they should have waited a little bit for the manga to end for that, and then they could have released the anime. And then it would have been a little bit better. I think it would get a little less criticism. But it's not like the anime ending was bad. It just wasn't the right way to do it. If you get what I mean.